No, I think the three countries involved in that dialogue have got the approach right. It is legitimate to resist something that China does, which is out of line with international norms, such as in the South China Sea. But there's no sense in buying unnecessary disputes with the Chinese. That's not in our interest, not in China's interest. And once again, you've got to adopt a common sense approach, but you never sell out your beliefs and you never walk away from support of accepted international norms.
Now, the US Secretary of State Pompeo, he was actually, and the Defence Secretary Esper, they were both suggesting that Australia get more involved, especially in the Strait of Hormuz, that we join that coalition, if you will. You yourself, you're a great friend of George Bush Jr. You signed up for the Iraq War and everything else. Do you think that that's something that we should be actively engaged in?
I think the Australian government is looking at that issue, and I'm not going to add anything to that. The circumstances of the Iraq War were separate and apart from this, so I don't think you can draw any special analogy between the two. The government is examining what was put, and I'm not going to add to that.
Now, I want to flip to Australia just for a second. We've got a lot of issues when it comes to household consumption. You know, we've got the RBA really looking towards a heavy easing cycle. QE is actually on the cards as well. Currency race to the bottom. Do you think the central bank is making the right moves in terms of perhaps pushing it down to as low as 0.5%?
I'm not happy with interest rates being cut as much as they have been. I've said that, and I would not like to see them cut further. I think the problem with doing that is that if some really unexpected disturbance happens, you've got no petrol in the tank. And you always need petrol in the tank.
So in terms, especially considering the fact that household consumption is so weak, we've got household debt really, well, it doubled during your term, but it's really got into levels that we're at the basically world record when it comes to debt to income, when it comes to debt to GDP, we're right at the top. Is there any way that we're going to be able to drive growth moving forward for households?
The greatest stimulant to growth is economic confidence, and that's the responsibility of the government as best it can to produce. I can only, as a former participant, I can only offer the odd view on certain things, and I'm not sure that this policy of relentlessly cutting interest rates is the right approach.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.